There we go. Bite. Damn. Oh my God, he hit it on the fall. Oh my gosh, I got one trying to turn myself around. He hit it on the fall. Oh, it's just, no. What's happening, fishing friends? As you can see from today's video, we're doing a little glide bait fishing, something I said I've wanted to work on, and I finally put in, like, I don't know, maybe 5 hours I threw the glide bait, and it was the best glide bait day I've had. The first fish I missed there, probably 3.5, 4 pounds, something like that. It was a really good fish. Right there as I was just dangling this in the water, like 2 feet down, as I was trying to get turned around the wind. It was like 20-mile-an-hour winds, 30-mile-an-hour gusts. It was pretty crazy out there. But anyway, doing some glide bait fishing with this. So enough yapping, let's get it back out on the water. Oh my gosh, I got one. I got one on the swim bait. I got one on the glide. Oh no. Oh, it's in the wood. Oh, it's in the wood. Get out of the wood. Oh, I got out of the wood. I got one on the daggum glide bait. I got one on the glide. Let's go. I am not a glide bait guy. I forget whoever it was that said those days where it's the jerk bait day, you should throw a glide bait. Boy, it's one of those days, one of those special days where they are chewing close to a 2-pounder on the glide, baby. I will take it. Whew, that is awesome. One of those magical days. The fish are eating anything. They'll even eat a swim bait that Debos throwing. This thing looks absolutely awesome in the water, though. Shout out to Texas Swim Bait Co. for hooking me up with this. I got talking to him, and he said, hey, try this, and look at that. Like a little threadfin shad. Dude's just a little chopper. Looks great in the water, and it even will catch a fish. Hopefully you don't get seasick. Got one. Another glide bait fish. Feels a little better. Can't tell exactly how big. Ho, ho, ho. Actually, this might be a better fish. Ho, 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 ho. Oh, yeah, good fish. Good fish. A glide bait fish. You know it's a crazy day when the fish are eating some glide bait that Debos throwing. There we go. Another one on the glide. Over 2. 2 1/4 probably. Oh yeah. Yes. There's another one. Another swim bait fish. Dude, it's just one of those days they're eating. They are just eating, dude. Oh, that's another decent fish. Wow, what a day. Just walking this thing. It makes a lot more sense after I've listened to a few guys. I listened to a video by Josh, clutch swim bait guy. Look at that. Another 2-pounder. Good belly on him. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. But he was talking about, you know, walking this thing, because I always thought these you just slow glided them. But he talked about walking it, you know, underwater instead of like a topwater walking bait. You're just walking this underwater. Oh God, I watched it. I watched it follow it up in and hit it.
Good?
Decent. Best one on the swim bait, I think. Oh yeah. Better than you looked. Oh God, don't shake. Oh God, don't hit it. Oh yeah. I thought I saw something flash on it and I killed it. Oh my gosh, dude. What a time, dude. It must just be the right time and these fish, water clarity. I am not a big swim bait guy and I've been able to catch them. That's definitely the biggest one on it. Caught more fish on a glide bait than I've caught in my whole life, which isn't saying much. Oh, that's as big as the jerkbait one. 3 pounds, 8 ounces. Better get a slow-mo on that one. All right, fishing friends, that was a day throwing this. The Texas Swimbait Company, it's a little chopper glide, so it's a little, I think, 6.5 inch glide bait. Looks awesome in the water, this little shadow profile. It's got like an HD printed pattern on this resin. So you can see I scraped it up good, using it finally, getting it out there and putting some work in with the glide bait. Something that I have very little confidence in. I'll tell you what, that day, I feel like once I got around the right wood or on the right grass line, I felt like there very well was going to be a chance I was going to get bit. Whereas before, I honestly had no idea what in the heck I was doing with these. And there was a video from, I think it's like Dreamcatcher Baits or something like that. I forget his YouTube name. I'll try to find it. But anyway, he did a deal talking about these. And he said the biggest thing, swim bait guys and gals, the big mistake that they make getting into it is trying to get some little swim bait and start with it. Doesn't really have the drawing power. So he recommends like something 6 inch and above. And the big thing he talked about was chopping it. So you could see in the video, I was just working with like kind of like quarter reel turns, and that was that making that bait do this. So he said, just think of it the same way you would a jerk bait. It's a little bit bigger. You can fish it in, you know, a little bit different areas, different ways, because it's a sinking bait. This had a nice slow sink to it, so it wasn't too fast where I'd throw it out and I can't get caught up to it. It's already in stuff. Pretty good general slow sink. So I'd kind of let it get down to where I wanted and just start chopping it. And it was just walking back and forth. So he's like, yeah, think of it like a jerk bait or a topwater walking bait that's underwater. And that was like the moment to me, because I have a ton of confidence in a topwater walking bait. One of these actually happened to have one right here from the other day, organizing tackle. A little loop knot tied on that, but something like this, the Hedden Super Spook Junior, I've caught so many fish on those over the years, hundreds. So, you know, when somebody put it that way, it was very different to me, because I always thought, and he said, you know, a lot of new people at glide baits will just slow reel and it's got this real slow deal to it. And he said, sometimes they want that, but I think he said like 80% of the time, something like that. I don't remember. You know, he's usually chopping it and walking it, making it do different stuff. So that was like the aha moment for me. And that day, you know, that's how you get confidence in a bait, is finally catching multiple fish on it. So what about the setup here? Well, I was blessed. Cashin sent me this to use, and this thing is way nicer than I need. This rod is absolutely awesome. So it's the Icon series. You've probably seen it by these. You recognize this grip. They've got the woven Kevlar. I think it's like a Kevlar fiberglass something type of mix that they weave it together. And it's essentially like a basket weave on there, but this whole thing is hard. And when I first got one, I didn't like it. I was like, man, this is not comfortable. You know, EVA, cork, I think I'm gonna like those better. But after this gets wet, super grippy. It is hard, but I mean, to hold it all day, this is the big thing for me, is this has to fit comfortable in my hands. And even with, hopefully not a broken tip as much as I'm hitting the ceiling, even with holding it like this with my finger up here reeling it, my finger underneath it, doesn't matter. Fit in hand right here is absolutely perfect. And that has to be good for me. Don't care if it's $1,000 rod. It's gotta feel good when you hold it like this, or you don't wanna fish it. So fishing this, it's great. The specs on it, it's a 7/8 moderate fast, medium heavy, rated for 1/2 ounce to 3 ounce lures. Now, honestly, if you didn't want to spend that much, you know, if you're throwing a glide bait like this, you know, something in the like 1 to 2 ounce range, honestly, most heavy rods will do that. I've thrown something very similar on my heavy SLX rod I have. I think SLX has like a specific swim bait series you can get. There's the Dobbins Fury. They have a swim bait rod. You know, there's different options out there for the price. This is just what I'm testing, and so far I've absolutely loved it. But if you want to get into it, don't think that you have to get a special combo just for swim baits first. If you've got a heavy rod, even a lot of the medium heavies, if it's not, you know, too much over the rod's rating, as long as you're kind of just lobbing it out there and not like swinging back and making that rod bend as much as you can, because that's when you're going to break it. if you're just kind of lobbing it out there to test, you can use a heavy or, you know, a stiff or medium heavy, especially if you go with a line that's got stretch. So I'm running the P-Line CXX 17 pound. It's the extra strong. It's a little wire. It's got a little bit of memory to it. But once you stretch it out, or if you put some line conditioner on it, once you're cranking it and it's moving, doesn't really matter anyway. So running something like that, you could run mono, like big game, you know, whatever you choose. And then just to kind of an ode throwback, I got this for cheap over at American Legacy quite some time ago. They had it on sale for I think like $100, something like that. So I had to get one of the old Chronarch. So this is the E series. This is the one that came right after the Corrado E. So the sweet green ones that had all the glitter in it. This one has glitter in it too. It's like white with glitter paint. When they were making reels look purty, and they've got that sweet. This is still one of my favorite side plate removals. It's got the 8th turn, and it just opens it up, gives you your brakes there. Put it back together, you just push that closed, give it a little turn, that's all shut. So really cool reels. I had to throw that on here. Kind of old meets new. Pretty sweet combo so far. I'm liking it. And I've had 8,000 people ask me about this one, some more budget stuff, because that's what I believe. If you're going to get into something like this that could potentially be more expensive, if you want to get a dedicated rod and reel combo, maybe you fish, you know, mainly spinning stuff or, you know, mainly light stuff, you do have to have a different combo to handle some of these heavier baits. So something like this, 1.6 ounces, so just barely over a half ounce. This is what, 6-inch, you know, great place to start something like this. And I don't think those are too expensive. 39 bucks, something like that, which some people might say, for one lure, that's insane. They have swim baits that go for $200, $300, $400, $500, $600, crazy amounts. So in the grand scheme of things, the swim bait guys, 40 bucks is super cheap. So I definitely want to test that more, get some more stuff going. Again, this one probably will be one of my go-tos. Broke a ton of confidence in on this thing. And again, the big thing, I can't harp it enough, chopping it and just think of it as an underwater walking type bait. So I can see a number of spots to use that in. I don't know though, because every freaking lake here is already getting clogged with grass, vegetation stuff. So it's been crazy. But listen, comment below. Have you thrown a swim bait? Has there been any changes that you've made to be more successful with it? I am very, very new at swim bait fishing. I'm not going to sit in here and pretend like I'm a pro. That's the best day I've had. I've caught a handful before on ones that I've painted, you know, 2, 3, 4 fish, you know, here and there on some of them. But a day like that where, and I even didn't get a couple of them, a couple pound-and-a-halfers on video. I noticed I wasn't even recording the next morning. Chris and I went out. I didn't even get those. So dummy Debo, you know, I caught probably, I don't know, 8, 9 fish, something like that on a glide bait, which for me, that's an amazing day. Somebody who goes out with a glide bait's like, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. So anyway, today's subscribe fishing friend is all of you. I'm not picking anybody specific. I want to keep doing that. I try to pick a random comment, you know, that means something or is cool. Sometimes I just go through and it's just a recent one and grab it. But gosh dang it, I appreciate the heck out of all of you. And, you know, someday, who knows, maybe I can turn this into something where I do it full time, able to make more videos, you know, find some sort of job in the fishing industry, because it really is my passion. You know, it's my hobby, but I could do this stuff and talk fishing all day. So again, I wouldn't be in the position I was in if it wasn't for all of you. Love y'all, appreciate you. I need to edit. Thanks, and until next time.